The Zohar writes, כדן כתיב ויאמר השם למשה מה תצעק אליי. When it's written that God tells Moses, why are you calling me? ותנא בספרא דצניעותא, as we have learned in one of the other ancient writings called in Aramaic ספרא דצניעותא, אליי, when God says, why do you call me? דייקה בעתיקה טליה קולה. The Zohar talks about a level called Atika. Rav Breinwein, the teacher of Rav Berg, in one of his letters, explains the secret that the Zohar is speaking here about, and says, ויאמר השם אל משה מה תצעק אליי. As we mentioned, God told Moses, why do you call me? Why do you cry out to me? רק למי היה לו לצעוק ולהתפלל? In this kind of a situation, when there is no solution, is there anyone else that Moses would go to? שנית, the second thing, השאלה מה תצעק גם כן פליאה. Rabbi Breinman writes, why do you cry out? Why do you call? Also questionable. כי מה יעשו אחרים בצרתם אם לא לצעוק ולהתפלל? Since, again, what is being expected from Moses or from the people at the time that they're in this type of stressful situation? If not to cry out, to ask for help. He writes, בזוהר הקדוש כתוב מה תצעק אליי בעתיקה טליה מילתא. So now Rav Breinman refers to the verse that we just read in Aramaic. And it says, it's written in the Holy Zohar, why do you cry out to me? It all depends upon Atika. Atika, just remember, it's one of the spiritual chambers, one of the spiritual dimensions. God is basically tells Moses, why you call the wrong vibration, you call the wrong energy. You should call out to the energy known as Atika. Atika, by the way, in Aramaic means ancient, the ancient. It can come only from this dimension called Atika, which is the ancient. So obviously, if you dial to a customer service of Apple and you're expecting to get help with the Bank of America, issues that you have, they will tell you, why are you calling me, right? You should call the bank. When you ask for something, you should know who can help you with it. We, again, most of the time don't have the capability to differentiate between the spiritual dimensions. So what is known in the world when people are in troubles, they pray. But they pray to what? So people say they pray to God. Of course they pray to God. Most of the world praying to God. So what do we want to say? That God is in a vacation? Because it seems to be that most of the prayers of most of the people are not being answered. So maybe God cannot hear them, or maybe they call to the wrong customer service. Maybe they call the wrong place. Rav Breinman writes, הבורא הורה למשה רבנו את דרכיו. It says that the Creator instructed Moses in his ways. God showed Moses the different ways to connect. כמו שביקש, הורנו נא את דרכיך. As Moses asked, there was a moment in the process of Moses that Moses stopped from the chase and living his life as he lived before. He looked inward and he asked, show me your ways, show me the way. One of the most important things for anyone who considers themselves spiritual is to pause time to time this endless chase in life from one thing to another thing, from one project to another project, from one desire to another desire, chasing and chasing and chasing. One of the most simple and it's a necessity for anyone that considers themselves being spiritual and to pause time to time, to look inward and to ask, show me the way. Maybe the way that I see is not the right way. Maybe the direction, the path that I take, as much my logic would tell me it is the perfect way, might be that it is not the perfect way. What is limiting us from stopping sometimes in life and to ask, just show me the way, I want to see the way. If I'm so certain that I'm in the right direction, even if God by himself would come and tell me, listen, you need to change something, you need to change the direction, you need to change the business, the relationship, the path, you need to make a transformation here. I will not be able to hear. I don't have a capacity to hear when I'm so certain that my way is the way. Moses, in one of the moments in his process, posed, and many other moments, and asked the Creator, show me the way. והנה כמו שיש טבע ודרך הטבע בגשמיות. So one of the things that Moses revealed, that as there is a nature and a way of nature in physicality, there are physical laws in the universe. There is a way that the world, physical world, operates. There is the nature of this world. There is gravity, the trees growing up, not down, the birds fly, the zebra cannot fly. There are different laws in this physical universe. So Rav Brannon writes that one of the things the Creator showed Moses is that the same way that there is the nature of this physical reality, כן יש דרך טבע ברוחניות. So too, there is the nature within the spiritual reality. Within the spiritual reality. What is the nature of the spiritual reality? It is something that we teach you guys in Kabbalah 1. In a spiritual level, the nature of the spiritual level is cause and effect. Cause and effect. You've heard about it before. And this is one of the lessons that God instructed or gave Moses. אם הולכים בדרך הישרה, ממשיכים כל טוב. When you do good, you draw goodness. ואם לא הולכים בדרך הטובה, גורמים ההיפוך. And if you don't walk the good path, you bring about the opposite. As simple as it is. Life, the universe, is just a reflection. Whatever you put out there eventually comes back. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. This is the nature of the spiritual realm, the spiritual reality. אבל לפעמים, Rav Brannon writes, but sometimes, there are times that you need to go above the way the nature works. There are times that the natural thing that you can do even spiritually will not be enough to help you to create a change. So what do? What does it mean to transcend nature? We don't talk about splitting the ocean. We talk about shifting the vibration. The miracle can be drawn from which level? Remember the name? Atika, the ancient. And you know what is the ancient? The ancient dimension or consciousness is a reality where all is one. If my hand hurts, is my liver going to take care of it? If I have pain in my finger, what my other hand would do? If I made a salad, and by mistake, I cut a little my finger, and I'm bleeding. Now this finger is bleeding. What the other hand is going to do? Protect it. What this hand would never do. This hand would never go to get a knife and to cut the whole finger. Right? Why? Because somehow, yes, the other hand has the intelligence to feel the pain of my finger. Our entire body is so unified that without even knowing When a part in your body needs healing, all the blood cells, everything that your body can do to recover a pain in one part of your body, your entire body, your entire immune system would go forward to do something to help this part. In the level of Atika, the ancient, everything is unified. A consciousness or reality where everything is unified, there is no me and you, there is we. If we're going through something, I don't feel my pain, I feel our pain. Unfortunately, the nature of humanity is to feel ourselves. Transcending nature, to be able to draw a miracle, what does it take? To re-access Atika. To re-access the unifying consciousness. Very simple, not complicated. But it takes lots of awareness and lots of consciousness and lots of spiritual development and work to be ready for the moment when it comes. When you do find yourself in a moment of stress and challenge and a blockage that you cannot break, when you find yourself in front of your own Red Sea, it takes just a little awareness to realize that you're not by yourself there, that there are other people going through the same challenge. Maybe they are not physically next to you. If somebody goes through addiction and they don't find the strength to break the addiction, and yes, maybe physically that they by themselves, but you know how many people facing the same challenge in the world? What does it take to create the miracle? What does it take to awaken strength that you don't have at the moment? What does it take to draw energy that you don't have at the moment? What does it take to create the miracle, to break the nature, the limitation of nature? As Rabbi Arnold explained in so beautiful and simple way, what does it take? Access the ancient of yourself. We are part of it. We coming from a dimension where everything was unified. Re-accessing the unifying consciousness. It takes just a moment to zoom out of your own pain to realize there are other people experiencing the same pain and ask yourself, what is it that you can do? Like the hand would do something for the other finger. What is it that I can do in order to heal somebody else from this pain? When you start to be busy with healing the pain of another human being, you start to draw the energy that's taking you out of the experience that you have. As long as you try to heal yourself, the more disconnected you become. In order to split our own Red Sea, it takes transcending our nature. One of the most challenging things for any human being. Not at the times that we feel inspired to help the world, at the times that life giving you the reason to focus on your own pain. Transcend your nature. The first thing you want to do, to realize that where you are is exactly where you need to be. Might feel painful, stressful, but think about another 1,000 or million or billion people that are experiencing the same thing that you do. You would not be able to help any of them if you would not experience the same vibration. You have to get into this vibration that seems to be awful. Who wants to be there? You want to be there. When you realize that this place is the most powerful place you can ever be. Why? Because if you are there, it means that you are capable of finding the healing for other people, for the same thing. Truly to create the miracle, truly to bring down an energy that doesn't exist in your reality at the moment, what it takes, access the ancient, access Atika. All the miracles coming from there. There is abundance of miracles in this dimension. But in order to access this dimension, you need to ascend your nature.